learning how to complete our Mr. Ferris wheel. We're going to listen to the book Mr. Ferris wheel as well. We used our paper plates and for the purposes of the video so you can see it better. My paper plate, my whole plate is not showing, but you already did your big circle using the big white paper plate. We also used the medium lid. We put it right in the center. We made a line right in the center, so you should have that part. And we also used that small little lid from Play-Doh, and we put another circle in the middle. And this gave us a nice little middle that is shown here very nicely. Now we all have rulers. We already got our supplies in the class. So first, let's divide the circles that we made into half. So you're going to divide it in half, going through the half, through the middle, approximately. You see, mine is not exactly even either, so don't worry if it's not exact. It can be approximately middle, okay? So don't worry, look, it's a little bit off center. It really should be like here. You could, if you wanted to, erase it and or do it this way, do two lines and make the poles like if they're like thicker, like if they're made out of steel, and lower it a little bit if it happens to you. That looks more like it's in the center, okay? You can also by hand draw another circle and make that look like that's the center of the circle if that happens. Otherwise we would have to measure it, but it basically tried to go through the middle, okay? I'm not seeing my whole circle because my screen is cut off, but then go through here. When these two meet, make a dot there, so that's a visible circle. So now we can go through the middle every time. So make a circle here, and now we're gonna go through the circle, and we're gonna divide the pizza diagonally as if we were making the letter X. So I did letter X, see? Letter X. So first one was a plus sign or a cross, and now I made a letter X. And let's count the divisions that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 on top. If I don't count the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I'm going to erase this. We can decorate it. If your circle is not perfectly equal in the middle, don't worry about it. Just like mine, it doesn't have to be perfect. We can put a star, and that's going to make the things easier. So make a triangle here. Put another triangle here. Okay? We're going to put a star. And we're going to put two triangles facing this way. Then make like a square, connecting them. Then make another triangle this way. And now it's starting to look more equal, right? And then, so I put it's like a house with a roof on it, right? A square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. Now in between these two triangles, I'm gonna put another square, another square, another square, another square. Now it looks all even. It looks much more even and centered. Or if you did it like fine and you don't want your star there, you can just do a plain circle. And we are going to go with the colors of color wheel. So we're going to be coloring. You can put your colors with letters. So let's put red here. We're going to start here on top with a red. Put red so you know it's going to be red. Then we're going to put, and we can use markers. So then put orange so you don't forget orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and the last one will be magenta or pink, basically. So we're gonna check out some markers, but let me just show you how I'm gonna finish this. So this whole part will be colored red, and I'm not going to color it in. I might even use crayons for more textures to color in quicker instead of coloring it all with markers. This will give me nice border, and then the crayon will give me a beautiful difference in texture. So that's a good idea too. Now need orange, so I'm gonna go around the star. If you did the star, I'm gonna go to orange. Next one will be yellow. I'm just giving you the outlines, but we will color with crayons and markers. We're gonna use the outlines are gonna be done in the marker, and the rest is gonna be done in crayons, and we're gonna get beautiful textures because don't forget we're gonna put watercolor on it, and the crayon will do the wax resist method, which the watercolor is gonna go inside of the paper, be absorbed more, and the crayon will resist it, which is gonna create really nice textures for our exhibit for Volusia County Fair. So we wanna have it really nice. So if you don't have markers yet for outlines, just start with crayons, and we're gonna outline later with markers. So this one was supposed to be blue, and this one is indigo. And my markers only had like one color blue. I don't know if this is gonna be much darker indigo. Yeah, it's a little bit darker indigo. So this is supposed to be the lighter blue, and this is like the indigo jean color. Okay. And next one is violet, which can be really purple. Okay. So we're gonna do the purple is this section. Then is magenta, which can be also pink. Mine looks like magenta here, but if you have this kind of pink, that's fine too. It's very similar, like so. Before we color anyway, we should finish our color wheel. So we have to draw the pods now. So in this section, we're gonna draw the pods, P-O-D-S, pods. Let me write it down. It is spelled P-O-D-S, pods, or carts, okay, where the people sit. So we're going to draw it in this section in the larger circle. So first, let's put like little dots. I am just going to use markers so you can see it better. So I'm showing you where the pods are going. Okay. And also, I know you didn't run out of paper, but my camera is really, really close to there. But also we need to do these two beams, which are like the steam beams holding up our Ferris wheel. And on top, write Ferris wheel, F-E-R-R-I-S. And on the bottom here, we're gonna write come, ride the Ferris wheel. It's like a poster inviting. You can put stars next to it. It's like a poster that is inviting everyone to the fair. Ferris wheel. W-H-E-E-L. Ferris wheel. So we made our marks where the pods are going to go. Now we're going to create two lines going down this way. These are our steel beams. And make them twice. I'm doing it with marker, but you start with a pencil first, so just in case you make a mistake. I want to make sure I show it to you on my video so you can see it and it's visible. On the bottom, I have I'm gonna put my base, okay? It's just a line like a rectangle, and you can connect it like this with a diagonal. And basically, there can be even steps going up here this way. You can do steps each way. I'm gonna move my paper so I can see it in the camera, but you can do steps like a platform coming up here, all the way here. I would connect it obviously where it fits. So it would be like a platform there. And that's where people will get into our awesome Ferris wheel ride. And I could have used the ruler to make the platform straighter. So if you want yours nice and straight, I just used my hand, but I can probably decorate it. The platform is probably neon, it's gonna glow, and I can pick rainbow colors later and finish it in rainbow colors and fix any mistakes that any mistakes happen, you can always put crayon over it when you erase. You can put marker over it, and any mistakes can be covered. So don't be scared of mistakes, because once we put colors over it, you're never even gonna see that it was not straight, that it was not perfect. They will all look perfect by the time we finish coloring it. Okay, so be confident and don't be scared. I'm just gonna zoom on because of the camera to show you how to do the pods. And as you notice here, the half circle is above the line. So I'm gonna do a half circle and I'm gonna connect it straight. And I'm gonna make like a little curvy line like an umbrella coming to my dot. You can even put a little, so it looks like an umbrella. These can also be harmonized, and they can match beautifully with the rainbow colors if you want to. I'm just showing you an example. I'm not gonna all color it out, but I'm just showing you an example what an umbrella can look like later when you start coloring by yourself. So that's an umbrella on top of the dot that I did, right? Then the next step is actually a rectangle. And then after the rectangle, it's gonna be like an oval that it has a little oval door here. And this is where I'm gonna have my people. I'm gonna draw them later, but you can see that. Okay, I'm gonna draw another pot this way. So I'm gonna, and you see the pots always face up because this is where the pole is and they're attached to the carousel. So the pole goes straight, the umbrella is on top of that. The rectangle is like that and the pot goes this way so that it always looks like it's straight even though it's going around. It's not really tilting. Sometimes they tilt though. If they're like a little scary ride, they're not so tall and then they tilt to different directions. But this one will be nice and straight if you can make it straight. Or you can, each pot can be a different color. It can be like one is purple on the bottom, one can be blue on the bottom, one can be red on the bottom, one can be green on the bottom. They can also match our color wheel. And maybe rainbow on the umbrella, and maybe bottoms are different colors from our color wheel, right? So it's a umbrella, then it's a rectangle, then it's a little oval with a little door. And we just repeat the same design. Little umbrella, little rectangle. I'm sorry, I was off screen. Don't have as much space here on this table, so that's why. So I made an umbrella, I made a rectangle, I made a little oval, and I made the little door. Don't be scared to make mistakes. We can always fix mistakes. You can add little detail like I did there to make the lines look straighter. Now I'm gonna add it to each one so it was like on purpose, but I just didn't have a straight line. Okay, there's this one. This is the one where people get off and then on the bottom and then they get into the pod and the circle moves slowly. So this one would actually match here, but I had to separate it to two papers for the camera. But this one is the one where people get in here on the platform. They stand here in a line to get on. Okay, and this one is the one that they actually get on and then they are going around. You have your big paper, but mine doesn't fit to the camera. That's why I have to use two, keep moving it. Yours is fitting and yours is gonna fit beautifully. So then I'm gonna go to this one. You made a dot, right? That's where the pod goes. So we're gonna put an umbrella, rectangle, and a nice oval. Okay, if your lines are not straight, you can add little edges like this to make your line straighter, like that. And we are almost done with the general. We just have two more parts to go. So a part at the dot, rectangle, little oval on the bottom, little door, and one more right here. I'm off the camera, so like so. And ta-da! And then it's up to you how you're gonna decorate each section, make it rainbowy. As you go to the fair, you always know it glows at night, it's beautiful, it's neon. And what I would like to recommend you do is that it has these lights. They look like this. They're gonna be yellow in between, and it's all lighted up. You can make these circles yellow all around, even on the inside. This all will be light up, and it's like these string lines, lights that glow at night, and you can see the Ferris wheel from far, far, far away. You can take your yellow and color it nice in so everybody sees. These are beautiful bright lights. I know I'm going fast, but I'm just showing you so you can get going. It is up to you how you end up actually decorating. These can be stars also. The glow in the dark lights. You can do fireworks behind the Ferris wheel. You can finish any which way you like to. If you want to do a rainbow, lines in between or dots in between. You can do even lines like this. And then with a marker and then put a crayon in between for texture so it looks like these are actually glowing like laser beams. So it looks even more real. And Volusia County Fair has a beautiful Ferris wheel, and they're coming to town. I'm going to set up the big exhibit that of our art that students make every year that we participate. We won first place, second place, and third place many years in a row. So they have a big giant Ferris wheel there in Volusia Fair, and each year there is a competition for prizes at the fair of student art. So it's a very big thing here in Volusia County. They are participating every year.